You are watching Arsenal Productions presented by Mighty Dog Roofing. You are watching the Nakamura Cup between the Florida Gators and the Gainsville Hogs. My name's Addison Resco. Alongside with me is Connor Brady. So glad to have you with us here at UVS Field for tonight's rivalry game. Connor, this game means a lot for the city. What are you looking forward to tonight?
That's right. This game has been played for quite a while now. It's in honor of the late Matthew Nakamura, who tragically passed away in 2017. He played for both of these teams. So it's that uniting factor here that we honor Matt in this game where, you know, they play for the trophy every year. It's kind of that, you know, just inner city matchup, you know. They fight for who has control of Gainesville for the year, and it's good fun. It's a good time, great time to come together and honor him, but it's hey, you're fighting today. You're trying to win that cup.
The Nakamura Cup has been played for a little bit now. Obviously, like you said, played after Matthew Nakamura. The Gators currently on a 2-game win streak. They just had a great performance in the sevens warm-up against UCF, winning 4 out of their 5 games. What do you want to see from this group? A lot of main guys not playing or not starting in this game due to playing in the sevens, so leaning on maybe some more inexperienced guys. What are you looking to see out of this Gator side?
Well, what I'm looking to see is for them to stick to their fundamentals. All these guys come to practice. All these guys, they learn the calls. They spend time developing their skills and working together as a unit. So what I'm hoping is that the guys who are inserting into this starting lineup now for possibly the first time, that they can stay true to what they've learned and follow through with just the basics, because that's how you play good, clean, fast rugby, and they're going to have to rely on the basics here to beat an experienced Hogs side.
This Hogs side is looking to end the 2-game skid against the Gators. A men's club against a collegiate college club. This is surely going to be a fun one here at UVS Field. Addison Resco and Connor Brady on the call as Merrick McLean will get us going. Awaiting the start from our head official. And we will be underway for the annual Nakamura Cup.
Just want to draw some attention really quick to our center official there, Matt Duncan. He is one of the most highly respected officials in the Florida rugby circuit, and honestly across the whole region. He's well known for making great calls, playing fair, and letting that ball ride.
And we are underway. McLean with a nice kick, and the Hogs are going to start with possession early. This is a side that boasts a lot of experience as they look to go to the outside early and get the action going. It is Wood. Hogs within early rock. Allison. As the Hogs work it to the far side. It has been a long day here at UVS Field. Saved a knock on twice now. Hogs have some space on the near side. A nice move right there by Shink. Approaching the 22. This has been a really positive start so far from the Hogs.
Oh, absolutely. They've spent the entire match so far in this Gators territory, and they don't seem to show any signs of slowing down. They're just going back and forth, waiting for that gap and attacking when they see it.
Knocking on the door, pushing closer. Slowly and methodically moving down the field. Able to keep possession and some room. And it will be the Hogs who score first. It is Sam Dong. And it's an early 5 for the Hogs to start this Nakamura Cup. And what a sequence that was.
Oh, exactly. Hogs never gave up. They did not even let up possession of the ball at any moment. Like I said, they waiting for those gaps, and as soon as they see them, they don't hesitate. They're attacking right away.
And a loose ball. It was dropped by Jacob Wood, but it was Sam Dong who was able to fall on that and kind of got a lucky break but had the entire field open on the near side.
That's right. The Gators, it's been a struggle over the years, is simply just spreading that defense out wide, not getting clumped up in the middle. And as we saw right there, of course, there's an example of you got to cover those edges, because if you let them get out wide, they're going to take advantage of that.
And the attempt is no good, so we will remain at 5-0.
Now the Gators, again, in 15s, when you kick off, when you score, you actually get the ball back, unlike sevens we were seeing earlier where it's kind of like, American football where you score, you kick off. No, Gators have to kick off now and try to win this possession back. They are finally getting into Hogs territory and keeping them off their side of the field, but we'll see how long this lasts.
Well, they had a couple of good chances, a couple bounces, just were not able to fall on it. But this Hogs team with a disciplined look early. This one will be against Florida. Looked like a possible not pulling away.
No, it looked confusing at first because it was kind of just a messed up, pile there, but it's going to be called as a knock-on with a scrum awarded to Florida here. Now the Gators scrum, this is where the Hogs have shined in the past few years, as their forwards have just had that experience and strength to know how to dominate the scrums.
But the Gators end up on this one, trying to make a move and down inside the 22.
That's right, Peter ran that 8-man pick there. Excellent move, gets the Gator a ton of possession, and now it looks like they're getting closer to that 5-meter line.
Now surely inside the 5-meter line. Gators trying to respond to the opening score by Sam Dong. Sends the Gators to the left and was not able to haul on to that pass. Knock on. So the Gators squander a good opportunity after an impressive play on the scrum.
Yeah, Gators got as close as you can get pretty much. Just a tough knock on there to kind of wipe away their progress on that pick and go by Peter. As they're going to now look to reverse their fortunes and try to win this ball back.
Scrum will be played in by Montrell Harrington, the captain of this Hogs team.
So now the Gators, when you have a defensive scrum at this end of the field, you're almost fully guaranteeing that the Hogs are going to want to kick out here to just get that field possession back, get some breathing room. So we can see we've got our fullback, Pierce Berardi. He is at the 50-meter line right now. He is waiting for that exit kick.
Battle for the scrum. Hogs are able to win it, and they will send it down. Gators now with an opportunity. It was Berardi on the catch. High-flying action. 6 minutes into this Nakamura Cup. Played after the late Matthew Nakamura.
It looks like right there we had a touch judge raise the flag in a rare miss on that. Referee simply had his back turned, and the side judges don't speak up. There's nothing that can be done about it. So we'll see if there's any more communication issues from the officiating team as we go through this game.
Gators moving methodically. Now trying to bounce it to the outside. That's a nice hit right there. by Nick Weston. Gators pushing forward. Coming off a loss on Halloween night to University of North Florida.
That's right. The high tackles on that scrum half, if you have a shorter standing guy, you can actually draw more penalties just simply by having the defense attack them too high that they're not used to. That's what the Gators took advantage of there.
Well, the Gators can't take advantage of that foul as they try and kick it into touch, but it is sent away by the Hogs. The Gators have squandered a couple opportunities tonight, and now here come the Hogs, but a poor pass was trying to find Zach Wood on the edge. Not able to get it there. This will bring up our Mighty Dog Roofing keys to the game. What do you like from what you see here?
Well, I really like what we have with these keys to the game because it is true to what these teams like to do. Gators like to hold the edges. They want to keep the Hogs contained because if they can kind of just wear them down in the middle. I know the Hogs have that strong forward pack, but the Gators want to hold the edges, as we saw. As soon as they let Dong through that edge, he scored, and that's our score of the game so far. As for the Hogs, building that continuity, they want to keep this momentum. They need to get out of their territory right now, for example. They want to stretch the field. It's not been their strong suit in years past, but their backline's been looking really good in warm-ups and today, and I think they can do it as long as they stay to that game plan.
Well, you saw it right off the bat in that opening sequence on the initial drive where they were able to go down and get their first try of the game. You saw them move it from left to right constantly. Kind of happened about 3 to 4 times, and then finally you got that bounce. They were able to take it in for a try. Not a lot of people in defense for the Gators, and that's what happens when you can stretch the field effectively. And like you said, they haven't done it well in the past, but it appears that this might be a problem that they have fixed.
Exactly. Once you get that, they seem to have come around a turning point here as the Gators are going to have this ball.
10 minutes in, a nice spin move. Gators trying to find their first try of the game. That's Rodriguez. Battling inside. 10 minutes through here in the first half. Hogs have a 5-0 lead. Tackled down by Nick Kuzmul. Gators go to the far side. You can see the physicality of this Hogs unit.
That's right.
Gators having a tough time trying to break through right now.
We're seeing a lot of counter-rucking from these Hogs. They almost just blew that play up. They were so close to getting possession there. But the Gators are hanging on as Diego's looking around for his options.
Can they find the edge? And it will go into touch. So a line out here for the Hogs. What do you need to see differently from this Gator side to kind of break through the tough physicality that is the Hogs? These guys are a lot older, a lot maybe stronger than this Gator side. So what do they have to do to break through and get this first try of the game?
I think the Gators really need to just trust their wideouts. When you have those guys out wide that are ready to take advantage of space and you see them and you just choose to keep it inside, it's not often a formula for success.
Flip to the outside. Loose ball. Hogs are able to pick it up. It was Schenk. Sam Dong, the try scorer, gives it away. And now here's a break for Nick Weston. He is going to be stopped. No, he's not. He makes a move and dots it down. What a play by Nick Weston. And the Hogs have another try. Well, how about that?
I don't believe it. When you have a 5-man running like that, just from the lock position, it's a bulldozer. You can't get in the way of it. All you got to try to do is trust in your back line. And when you have a man of that size and speed running at you, if you're the fullback, it's not a great day to have that man coming straight at you and then attacking those gaps with as much agility as he had right there.
The Hogs missed their first attempt at the extra point. But McLean will send this through. So the Hogs have opened up a 12-5 lead. We will hear a quick word from Gators Hyundai of Sarasota.
Gators got it. The vehicles aren't the only thing that's state-of-the-art. Our facility is second to none at Gators Hyundai of Sarasota.
Gators Hyundai of Sarasota.com.
Gators got it. The vehicles aren't the only thing that's state-of-the-art. Our facility is second to none at Gators Hyundai of Sarasota.
Welcome back on in. Nakamura Cup. Addison Resco and Connor Brady with you on the call. Hogs have jumped out to a 12-0 lead. 2 scores, Sam Dong and Nick Weston. And a knock on, so the Gators will take over.
Now, we saw the Gators scrum earlier. It didn't look super on top of things. We're hoping as the game goes on, they can kind of learn the Hogs' tendencies and see pretty much what their strong points of the scrum are and work against that. You know, fight that overwhelming force, maintain their ground, and get that ball back out to Diego.
Gators have done well on their scrums tonight.
Now, there's a rare position choice I don't see very much. We have Mateo in the back line, almost as if he's playing 10.
And it has come out. Weston comes up with it. Hogs now with some space again. It's Wong to Schenk. Now David Mello. Towards the middle, it's Dong again. Hogs have had a lot of success generating opportunities from the near side. We have a whistle. Another knock-on. That is the 4th knock-on already tonight from the Hogs. A little bit of ball security issues so far.
Yeah, that's something you usually expect to see from an inexperienced side. The Hogs, they typically don't play like that. Don't make those sloppy mistakes with simple things like catching the ball. But just a slightly out of reach pass there, reaching up for it, couldn't bring it down, and gives the Gators the ball, killing the Hogs' momentum.
So another scrum here for the Gators. Trying to find that continued possession.
Gators are going to get this penalty here off the collapsed scrum. That really will turn the Hogs back. They have potential to win these defensive scrums, but if they're collapsing it, that's just an automatic giveaway. There's no chance to recover that one.
Gators have another chance to send it into touch. They were not able to last time, but they will be able to this time. So a line out here coming up for the Gators.
That's right. The Gators, their lineouts throughout the years in my time with them, we have a lot of fun lineout calls, right? You got some weird names, you got some misdirection, all sorts of things. Really, really complicated system for throwing the ball in bounds that they like to utilize. As we see it right there, but it works, so who's complaining?
Surely not the Gators. Speed up that far side by Mendez. Alton. Gators quickly pushing ahead. Pass goes away. Able to retain possession. 17:35 here. Played in half number 1 in the Nakamura Cup. And what a hit that is. Dante J sends him to the ground. The Hogs have shown their physicality all night long. You can see the Hogs really want to end this 2-game losing streak. And once again, it is Dante J who makes another nice tackle.
Unfortunately, that's going to be a stoppage due to injury. That's Sefton Wesley down right now. Hopefully he's okay. He's very slow to get up. You hate to see it.
Sefton Wesley, the New Zealand native, slow on the ground to get up. As the trainer comes and take a look, we will step aside. Gators down by 12 at home against the Gainesville Hogs.
Somebody help!
When Sarasota needs a hero for their roof, Mighty Dog Roofing answers the call. Serving Sarasota homeowners with expert roofing, installation, and repairs. Trusted by your neighbors from Lakewood Ranch to Venice. Fully licensed, insured, and committed to 5-star service. Proud sponsors of Riverview High School football. Let's go Rams!
Welcome back on in.
Hopefully Sefton's okay. He's being tended to by the trainers right now. The Gators will be awarded this scrum. Another pick and go from Peter.
Peter is going to win a penalty.
Gators are deciding what they want to run here. It's going to be a kick for touch.
And it will go into touch. So Gators at the 5-meter line.
That's right. Once you get inside that 5-meter line, anything's possible. It breaks down. It's like, you see tush push in football. It's just head-to-head football, head-to-head rugby football, and is where you want to trust your bigs. The wideouts are great. Your back line, they can insert and move around, but it comes down to your big men up front and what can they get done. Can they take advantage of the gaps? Can they move quickly enough to catch the defense on their heels and drive that ball into the try line?
This is the area that the Gators are going to have to take advantage of. A big opportunity inside the 5-meter line. Goes quickly, and it goes for naught. And the Hogs are not able to send it clear, but they will get the bounce. It was Dante J who's made a couple nice tackles in these last couple sequences, who was able to save it as he's trotting down the sideline. Dante J takes it from his own back half all the way across the halfway line. Now the Hogs turning up the steam. And a nice tackle, and the Gators force a turnover, but there is a foul. Or never mind, it will be a knock-on.
That's right. We've been seeing some of those really, really heavy tackles. They're just pushing the line on what's legal and what's not. But as long as that player's feet stay below his head, it's not considered a dump tackle. And we saw that earlier with the tackle on Dylan Aaron, and we see that right now.
So another scrum here for the Gators. Trying to break through is Scortino.
Not releasing. It's always one of the worst feeling penalties to give up because it's against your nature. Just let go of the ball when the defense is holding it.
And they're going quick. Once again, it is Nick Weston. Does he have it again? Yes, he does. The Hogs take advantage of the penalty, and Nick Weston has his second try of the night.
I mean, what can you say as the Gators side? It's so hard to defend a man of that size and speed. He's clearly very game aware and knows when to attack. And it's like a Hyundai bearing down on you. Once you're that fullback and you see that man full speed at you about, 6'4", 230 on a bad day, you got to choose. You got to choose of like, all right, I got to go in and make this tackle. And against a man like that, sometimes you don't have a choice.
Man,
you're not making it.
Barreling down the sideline. And we go back to just a couple minutes ago when the Gators were inside the 5-meter line. They were not able to convert. They turned it over, and then 2 minutes later, it's the Hogs who convert with another try. It is good, and so the Hogs have jumped out to a 19-0 lead on the road as they try and end this losing streak against the Gators.
That's right. The Hogs, they knew it's at stake. They had those last 2 games. They dropped them in tough losses, but this year they know what they want to do, and they come out swinging. They're not slowing down. They seem to be beating the Gators what the Gators usually do better.
These games in the Nakamura Cup have been high scoring the last couple years, but right now it is all Hogs.
Gators are still kicking short. They're trying to retain possession. They know if they kick deep, they're sending it back to what has been a very efficient backline so far today. And Pierce Berardi at fullback is going to make this recovery and try to run it himself.
Gets across the halfway line. Gators trying to get something going and crawl back from this 19-0 deficit. A hard tackle.
Those are always scary tackles to look at. You see that almost head-to-head, but it looks like Dylan is doing all right after that one. Gators will continue to carry the ball forward. Ball's out.
Gators are able to recover. The Gators just struggling to find their momentum right now. A pushback from the Hogs. And once again, it's a foul on the Gators. And here come the Hogs.
A lot of counter-rucking back and forth there. Gators seem to come out with it.
Another nice push. That's the second time tonight that the Gators have been able to capitalize on those rucks, taking it away.
Gators running those pods. The pod plays, they just need to be, they need to run them quicker, draw in those defenders before they can attack the outsides.
Across the halfway line, another poor pass. And it looks like the Hogs, the Gators stay with it.
Gators are committing a lot of players into those rucks. Normally, ideally, you want to have 1-2 players in there, but Gators are having to put 3 men into that ruck just to keep the Hogs away.
The ball is out. The Hogs have it again. Another miscue from the Gators side. What specifically has to be cleaned up here? Still a lot of time left to be played, but the truth is the Gators are not playing clean right now, and that's what's really set them back and the reason they're down by so much.
Exactly. Those passes, it's the passing. That's it. You put the ball on the ground, you can't win. Right there we saw a mix-up between the 10 and his 12 trying to run a switch off the backside of it, but it looks like they just collided. The ball came out, Hogs jumped right on it, and that's just one example from the play we've seen so far. And just 25 minutes of play, we've seen that ball on the ground way too many times for both sides.
Gators give a good effort on the scrum. Kick sent high in the air.
It's coming back to that advantage. We saw the scrum seemed to collapse a little bit at first in that front row, and then Diego, the scrum half, started messing around with David Mello for the Hogs, and that's what brought that arm up.
And once again, the Hogs will go quick. They've liked their numbers on the outside. Here is Sam Dong. Already has one try scored on the game. Man, the Hogs have just been aggressive tonight. Some good defense, though, by the Gators, forcing the Hogs backwards.
Gators have that ball. They got that in the ruck.
They will take it away again, the third time that has happened. One of the bright spots for the Gators, even though they're down 19-0, that has been the bright spot. Forcing takeaways. But another knock on.
That's right. Ball's coming in on that pass, just a low pass. It all comes down to the fundamentals of can you get the ball to the next guy standing there. And right there, just on that low pass, one of the backs had to bend down and try to grab it. Defense came swinging in, hits him as soon as the ball is touched, can't complete that catch, and goes forward off the hands. That's knock every single day of the week. Ref's not going to miss that one.
Time winding down, approaching 28 minutes played here in the first half. Hogs with 3 tries. They have converted on 2 of their extra points attempt. This has been their bread and butter, going to the near side. Allison trying to find a gap in this Gators defense, who besides those big plays have really looked strong tonight.
Exactly. Gators, we don't have the exact numbers on it, but I think Gators are winning the possession battle and possibly even the territory battle too. It feels like the Gators have been in control except for those just huge lapses in breakdowns of that defense when they give up those big runs.
Oh, I think it comes down to a matter of execution. We had the kick off the foul where they were unable to get it into touch. Then they do get into touch a couple minutes later within the 5-meter line, and they're not able to capitalize, and that directly led to a Hogs score. It almost just seems like the Gators are getting in the way of themselves. They don't look outmatched here, but they're just not doing the simple things, and it's creating a 19-0 deficit. Hogs are trying to make it more. Dong dumps it off to Wood. Some room on the outside. Trying to find his way in. Inside the 5-meter line. Hard tackle, pushing his way in. Hogs are so close. Do we have a hat trick? Yes, we do. Nick Weston gets in for his 3rd try of the game. This guy has been everywhere on the pitch tonight.
Yeah, right there we saw him inserting into the back line even just to take advantage of the Gators pulled in there trying to play that goal line defense tied up against the ruck, and you leave Nick Weston out wide, and hey, that's a man you got to take advantage of when you see the guys.
You can't mess with him.
No.
Hey, Mom. Hey, Dad.
Unfortunately, we do not have that player's name on the roster who just ran through here, but if you are watching and you are his parents, then he says hi. He will be home for Thanksgiving.
Well, we hope, because if he doesn't, then we're in a lot of trouble for getting their hopes up. So it is good. It is 24-0. Apparently, the try that we thought was good the last time was no good. So it is 24-0 for the Hogs.
That's right. It's one of these leads that as you go into the half, if you still don't have points on the board, it's going to be a hard mental challenge to overcome because you've been thinking, we've been doing this wrong for 40 minutes. What can we do better? Where can we attack? What gaps are they showing? And can we just simply execute on our end of things?
And they need to get something going during these final 8 to 9 minutes of this half because you allow the Hogs to increase this lead and it almost becomes unattainable to come back from. But this is a good opportunity. That was Dylan Aaron who took it away.
Dylan Aaron has been absolutely incredible when it comes to getting crucial interception in his career. I've seen it every year that I've played with him, and I'm seeing it this year now too. Had an excellent one against UNF, has an excellent one tonight right here, just completely turning the tides and keeping the Gators in this, really.
The Gators needed that badly, and Aaron came through. Can the Gators capitalize for the first time tonight? Can they put a dent into this Hogs lead? They so desperately need to. Pushing forward, inching closer to that 5-meter line. Directing the Gators to the right. Here is the attack, and it looks to be a knock-on. Once again, it's a squandered opportunity. You have Dylan Aaron make the nice play, but once again, it's the simple things that the Gators are not completing tonight.
No, right there you just have a pod. It's simple basics of just get the ball into the guy's hands, hit him at the chest. And we preach basics. Obviously, things happen. Bodies get in the way. Players get hit as they're caught. Players get hit as they're throwing. And unfortunately, it seems like every single opportunity the Gators get, they just can't capitalize on it.
Hogs trying to build from the back. They've done well at that tonight. They've really done well in almost every area of the game.
Pretty much, except for maybe some dumb penalties.
Really, the Rucks have been the only thing that has limited them. They would probably be up more than 24-0 without those 3 turnovers on the Rucks. Gators send it high and bobbled by Merritt McLean. Able to get back up and now trying to make this into something. Dante J. A nice fake. Piling together. Can the Gators force another turnover on one of these rucks? But more importantly, would they be able to capitalize on it?
That's a no. Penalty called on the Gators there. Just ref gave them a warning and they didn't listen.
And here come the Hogs. Sam Dong, a little back and forth between Jacob Wood, but a knock on. You saw Jacob Wood and Sam Dong create that opportunity, but they're just not able to capitalize. Both teams getting points taken away by that knock on, just the simple stuff. It's not like they've really been competitive and contested catches. They've really been those open catches that are routine that they just have not been able to complete.
Exactly. I get it. It's night. Maybe it's a little chilly or something like that. Your hand's shaking a little bit, but no, it's got to be the catches that you make. When it comes to it, it hits you right in the hands. You got to come down with it. There's no excuse. It's just human error. It happens, but it's brutal every time.
Closing moments of half number 1. Gators able to win the scrum, but they bobbled it. And now backed up deep, and they're going to just have to kick it away. Are the Gators going to be able to get to this one? They will. Shelton Joseph, a nice effort to make sure that the Gators retain possession.
Somehow, some way, the Gators held onto that ball. It was on the ground. Shelton saves it, starts pushing the runner towards the try line, and the Gators are going to kick that one into touch. Just get a nice reset here.
Still time for the Gators to put a dent into that Hogs lead. How important is it? You mentioned it. You know, it's hard to get over the hump of going into halftime knowing you're down 24-0. There's a big difference of 24-0 and 24-5 because it feels like you have something to build on. How important is that as a player?
As a player, it gives you hope, and hope is what you need to make those comebacks, because if you think you can, then you're firing on all cylinders. You're still trying, at least. If you give up mentally, there's no coming back from that. And that's going to be an interesting call. Playing on the ground, ball carrier there hadn't let go of it. It makes his athletic move and then makes a full arm motion throw back to his own team. Matt Duncan, the sir in the middle, just did not miss that one. Clear as day.
And once again, on the ruck, there are the Gators. They have made it happen all night long. Hogs want to add one more before half. They're going to have to build from their own half. There's Dong. He's got speed on the outside. Taken down just before the halfway line. McLean.
I'm worried about what I'm seeing here. Hogs have numbers right. Gators are not spreading as they should. Ball's bobbled, advantage to the Gators.
And the Gators have it. And another knock on. Same story all night.
Pretty much. It's one of those things, you know you're going to see it in a rugby match. Just tonight, it's felt worse than it normally does. You've been seeing the ref putting his arm out sideways each time, and it feels like there's no escaping from it.
Final moments of half number 1. Thank you so much for watching us here on Arsenal Productions. We will be doing a multitude of Gator rugby games this season, so if you are not already, make sure to subscribe here on YouTube. Gators a chance to send this into touch and get that score going before halftime. What do you want to see here on this supposed line out if they take it? Well, it looks like they're going to go quick.
They're running it. They're running that forward play. They've been working on that in practice. Diego's in the middle of the field. I'm not sure he could get better position on that line out. There is a Hog down right now. Hopefully he's okay. He's just staying out of the play.
He does get back up. Gators did not have a lot of room on the near side. Forced now to go back towards the left. Now working it up through the middle is James Fisher. Now towards the outside. Gators getting closer. That's Olton.
Hog's scrum half was stuck in that ruck for quite a while. That caused that delay there and getting the ball out.
Another good hit right there from Dante J. Gators still pushing in what will be the final attack of half number 1. Trying to find the edge. Stays in bounds. Can he dot it down inside the 5-meter line? The Gators are so close.
I'm holding my breath. I'm waiting for that breakthrough. I'm waiting for that critical mistake. We're getting one of those two, and I know which one I'm hoping for.
A whistle.
Time off there. Seems to be in a half, but calling on not wrapping up by Weston. He dove in shoulder first, trying to stop that try.
Gators will go quick after the foul by Nick Weston, who has 3 tries for the Gators. Can the Gators get one for themselves? They will. The Gators done it down. And for the first time tonight, Florida on the board. Gio Forcella with his first try of the night. And that is what you wanted to see from the Gators. Them go into the break, get a little bit of momentum going back on your side.
Exactly. That changes things immensely, because instead of going into halftime thinking, I can't believe we just missed out on that try, you go into it thinking, we just beat them at their own game. We just kept hammering and hammering and hammering with our forwards until we broke through that line. We forced them to make mistakes, and we have all the momentum right now.
Right now you've figured out what works. You've had 40 minutes. You finally, at the end of those 40 minutes, figured it out. And now you've got a chance in the last 40 minutes to really turn the tide and try and win your 3rd straight Nakamura Cup. The kick goes just wide. And so the score will remain at 24-5. And that will send us to our halftime break. A good first half, a hat trick from Nick Weston. And the Hogs have a 24-5 lead over the Gators. Welcome back on into Arsenal Productions. Addison Resco with you here. Connor, this has been a really exciting game. The Hogs really did a good job of, like we said, we'll show you the keys to the game, stretch the field, and they have done that wonderfully. Now, what do you want to see here from both of these sides in the second half?
What I want to see from both these sides is I want to see the Gators continue what had worked, is taking advantage of that territory advantage and possession. They've had the ball. They've been in the Hogs' side, and they didn't capitalize. But at the end there, we saw they stopped playing sloppy rugby, and they just kept the ball in their hands. They made short, easy passes and continued to attack until finally that defensive line broke away. As for the Hogs, get the ball to Nick Weston. It's not hard. You know it's working. Keep it up.
Nick Weston has 3 tries, and we were told at halftime, we will alert you guys now, we were under the impression and we're told, and what we looked up online was that the Gators were on a 2-game win streak. That is wrong. They were on a 2-game win streak before last year. The Hogs actually came away with a 36-26 win. So the Hogs actually trying to get that second straight win tonight at UVS Field.
That's right. Winner gets to keep the trophy for the year. Hogs brought it in. They just want to take it right back home with them. They don't want to give it up to the Gators. Gators really want that one back in the trophy case.
Well, the Gators are going to need a spirited effort here in half number 2.
Hugh with a great throw into Peter. That combo has been excellent all year in the lineouts. Very few mistakes and maintaining possession at a very high percentage on those lineouts.
So what do the Gators have in response? Here in half number 2, start of the game down 24-0. We're able to score on the last play of the first half. Can that be the momentum piece that they build off of? Turning the wheels right there is Pantelis. Gators across the halfway line. Working their way to Finley Walker. They'll go to the near side.
Now, what I've been seeing all night, and it's clearly a problem right now, is the Hogs are fighting in a counter ruck. Sir's trying to sort that one out. Gators do maintain it, but it's a problem I'm seeing is scrum half has been slow making his decision on getting the ball out. It hasn't been those snappy, very quick decisions you see from an experienced scrum half.
He's directing his guys left and right and really taking his time, and now they cough it up. So now the Hogs in possession, and that decision time taking a while is going to come back to bite them. But like we were saying, and there is a knock on, but those decisions, they're just taking too long. And what the Hogs have done well is the pace that they have played at, right? There's a penalty, and boom, the Hogs are already off and running, and that's what's allowed Nick Weston to go for so many tries tonight. The Gators might need to try and do that same thing.
Exactly. The pace of play is something we emphasize a lot at any level of rugby. It's you want to be faster, more aggressive, and in control of the game. You want to do that more than your opponent. And simply the Hogs have done that. They've taken advantage of Gator mistakes, of Gator breaks, and just that's why the score is what it is tonight.
Nice tackle right there by Jacob Wood.
That is Dylan Aaron, who's been taking a lot of those heavy tackles tonight. He is a little slow to get up.
Dylan Aaron also made a nice play earlier, which almost resulted in a Gators try, but the Hogs were able to stand strong.
That's right. He always finds himself with the heart of trouble, whether it's good or bad, and whether it's his fault or not. But Dylan finds himself in places where he needs to be and when.
Mendez.
It's diving into the ruck there. The Hogs are trying to get more aggressive on their counter rucks, taking possession away from the Gators, but right there they just got They got overzealous with it and left his feet, and it's nothing to do. That is going to stay in just short on that kick.
And once again, the Gators unable to find the touchline. It's been a reoccurring theme. It feels like we're making the same talking points of the miscues that Florida has had tonight. Hogs trying to go on another run.
Like I said, we are reiterating a lot on these calls about what's going right, what's going wrong, and it's because, it's the same game. The Gators haven't made enough adjustments yet. The Hogs are still, playing their style of gameplay, and we're seeing the same mistakes over and over and over again. And whichever team adjusts and fixes those first, Gators have a chance to come back, and the Hogs have a chance to put the nail in the coffin if they can fix their mistakes first.
Still plenty of time. We're only 5 minutes in here in half number 2 in the annual Nakamura Cup. Always a fun treat when these two rivals get to play each other. Always around November, December.
Exactly. It's the last game of the semester a lot of times for 15s. This Gator side will be playing in SEC 7s next week, but this Nakamura Cup is always the capstone to the fall 15 season, and that's why it's so intense. Both of these teams want to go into that winter break with the win as their most recent match.
And here's an opportunity for Florida to build off of. Trying to claw their way back. Bad pass, but they're able to stay with it.
And substitution here for the Gators. You were talking about that scrum half pace of play, and the Gators have brought in their more experienced scrum half, Roman Navarro. He's rocking number 22 tonight. He'll be taking over scrum half duties from Diego Rodriguez to finish out this game.
And there is a penalty on the Hogs. So we will see what the Gators elect to do here.
Hogs are making a substitution here while Matt Duncan talks to Captain Montrell Harrington. It's always a big question mark comes up when the ref decides to talk to the captain, because is it simply discussing, a more egregious error, or, hey, I need you to clean it up, I keep seeing this. It's one of those two, and captain is talking to his side here, so it seems to be the latter.
So an opportunity now for the Gators to bring this lead down to a 2-try game. What do you have to see here from the Gators to be able to score? What do you want to see?
Right now, what I'm looking at here is I'm looking at this back line. I know they're going to kick to touch, but even when you kick to touch, you still want the rest of your line set like they can be ready to go and play. In case the kicker looks up, he sees that their defense isn't set because they expect kick to touch. You want that back line and the rest of your forwards to be ready to go. And it's things like that, like just not capitalizing on potential opportunities. But the Gators are inside the 22 right now. They're in a threatening position here against the Hogs.
They've squandered a lot of these opportunities. Were able to convert on the last one with the Gio Forcilla try, but once again, it will be a knock-on. So the Gators are actually going to keep possession here. But, man, that could have been a disaster without the knock-on, because that was a terrible line-out.
Exactly. It was just, I was mentioned earlier with Hugh and Peter, that connection that they have for that hooker to lock and lifted player or jumper. They've been doing really well all season, and when you see one of those rare miscommunications and turnovers, it's something the Gators simply can't afford.
Not in a game down by 19, but a side that has been very well on the lineouts other than that last play. What do the Gators have here? Getting down near the 5-meter line. That was Mason Mendez taking it across. Quickly picking up a few extra yards.
Matt Duncan, referee, is telling the Hogs, hey, stay on sides. Gators going to take advantage of it wide.
And they will dot it down. The Gators are on the verge of trying to come back in this game. Started down 24-0, but here they are. It's 24-10, extra point coming up. And that's exactly what the Gators needed to do. They needed to convert off the missed opportunity after a bad line out. It ends up being a knock-on by the Hogs, and the Gators are just able to take full advantage.
Exactly. It's what I thought was going to happen with this game here, but no, it was the Gators simply taking advantage of their wide-out speed, and that is what we saw there. The Gators sucked in the Hogs into the middle, drawing in all the defenders, and then numbers advantage outright. That's going to be a try every time.
Well, 10 minutes in, and it's the perfect start for the Gators.
Oh.
And the try, or the
conversion attempt there is going to be a little short. We've seen a handful of kickers here for the Gators tonight. It's not one person every time. That did look like it was James Fisher attempting to convert on his own try, but it did come up short. I don't believe he's taken a lot of experience in time kicking in practice, but we've seen Mateo Cardona taking kicks. We've seen Diego Rodriguez taking kicks, Roman Navarro kicking a touch. There's been a different boot every time. That's different than the Hogs. They've been utilizing Merritt McLean every single time. So we'll see if these two philosophies, if there's anything to gain from either of them.
Well, the Gators are on a 10-0 run, trying to claw their way back in this Nakamura Cup. 3 tries by Nick Weston, the other by Sam Dong for the Hogs. Gio Forcella with the first try of the game for the Gators. We were not able to catch an eye on who scored the second try. It's a bit of a tough angle from where we are situated, but nonetheless, the Gators have really responded well after being down early.
Exactly. They came out of this half swinging. They went into it on a high note, and now it looks like they're doing what they do best.
We are certainly in for an exciting final 30.
The Hogs were awarded advantage. Sam Dong is going to carry it forward. We'll see if the referee decides to give advantage or let it play.
Well, here's the man who has a hat trick. He's been so elusive and effective all night. Hogs retain possession. Weston ends up with it. He just seems to be a magnet with the ball. Pushing forward.
Hogs calling for hammer. They might have a different call for it than the Gators do. They're going out wide.
And they have some space, but it is dropped. Who's going to come up with that? It's going to be a knock-on. So it will not matter. The Hogs turn it over. Looked like that might have been a piece that they were building, had some good looks, but once again, they turn it over. Gators down by 14. They will need 2 tries and 2 conversions.
I mean, just a tie. That's
a tie.
Best case scenario for 2 tries. You need that third try, that third score. You can take a penalty goal or a try, obviously. But the Gators are making some substitutions here. Let's see who they're inserting into that back line.
And we'll see if these are some fresh legs from the 7th game played earlier. Again, the Gators won 4 out of the 5 matches played against the UCF Knights.
Well, calling upon that Sevens experience in open field play, we have 2 forwards who are usually in second row or 8-man positions. It's Matthew Boylan and Hunter McFarland checking in at 10 and 12. Gators do have a penalty to take advantage of. Roman Navarro going quick.
Gators trying to work to the outside, and they're going to give it away.
Just tough to see. You feel backed up. You start moving. You have advantage. You keep going, and then simple throw out in touch. It's worst feeling is that pass. You just see it just miss your guy's hands, and that yellow flag comes up. It's horrible feeling as a back.
Gators were trying to find Shelton Joseph, but just not able to come up with it. So now a good opportunity for the Hogs, and you get the feeling if the Hogs are able to score here that this game might just be put away.
I would say it could be put away, but we've seen some very fast scoring here tonight. A lot of bursts of points that come randomly. So, hey, we're here till the end of it. We'll see what happens.
Dong with it. Tackled down quickly. Can the Hogs keep possession? They will. And looks to be another knock on.
That would appear as such. In that ruck, the ball probably got just jostled around a bit. We saw some great clearing there, but if that, hands get mixed up in there, ball bounces off of a hand, and Matt Duncan's not the kind of guy to miss those calls.
Matt Duncan, one of the most highly respected officials. A man you trust to officiate a game of this magnitude between these two sides in such an important game where the Hogs are looking to retain the Nakamura Cup.
Exactly. I would trust Matt Duncan with my Hyundai, honestly. I'd also trust him with a rugby match too, but given that's his job, I already have a lot of trust in him with that anyways.
Aaron.
Gators are running some slow pods, trying to get that reset before they swing it out wide.
Gators haven't been able to build from the back well today, but here's Olton making some moves, and there goes Olton. Getting near the 22-meter line.
That was just a heavy shoulder kip laid right into that defender. Defender made a great tackle still, but he started out from crouching low to on his back in 0.3 seconds. Matt Boylan
stays on his feet, and he will dun it down. Matt Boylan has made it possibly a one-try game if they're able to convert the conversion, but it's going to be an easy conversion, Connor.
That's right. Matt Boylan is such a weapon in open field right there, and he knew to cut back inside as well, make that conversion attempt just a little easier, as he himself is now making the kicks. We've seen him do this. He did kick in high school. He was all over the field in every sport he does. He's playing offense, defense, special teams, and we're seeing that come into play here as he's making this kick off the tee, trying to make this a one-try game.
Well, this is an all-important kick. And it goes wide left, so the score will remain 24-15, but the Gators have found their rhythm. We've got a fun one here at UVS Field. We'll hear a quick word from Mighty Dog Roofing. Hogs hanging on to a 24-15 lead.
Somebody help!
When Sarasota needs a hero for their roof, Mighty Dog Roofing answers the call. Serving Sarasota homeowners with expert roofing, installation, and repairs. Trusted by your neighbors from Lakewood Ranch to Venice. Fully licensed, insured, and committed to 5-star service. Proud sponsors of Riverview High School football. Let's go Rams!
Welcome back on in.
That's right. We've been seeing some explosion of Gators offense. They did miss the conversion, but they're still not out of this. You got over 20 minutes of gameplay left, and it's only a 9-point lead for the Hogs.
And here's another burst. Boylan again, who just scored the try. And here come the Gators. Fisher, Elaine, and he will dun it down. Here come the Gators. James Fisher has made this a one-try game, and in the blink of an eye, the Gators have made this a ball game.
I have no words for what I saw because that was just incredible rugby. You have two of your most explosive weapons, Matt Boylan and James Fisher, just that tandem duo. Matt's normally a forward. James is a forward tonight, and seeing them explode through the line and start attacking those smaller backs, drawing in all that defense onto Matt and then pop out to James out wide, his speed just takes him. That is straight line running. You just love to see. He had that one-on-one. He broke that tackle right before the goal line too, so could have gone bad, but no, James just put it in another gear and took off.
And it is good. So the Gators will convert on the conversion, and just like that, we have ourselves a 2-point game. You know, just before halftime, we're looking at each other going, man, is this going to be a blowout? Are the Gators going to compete in this game? And then, boom, 20 minutes into half number 2, and we've got a thriller on our hands in the Nakamura Cup, 24-22. In the blink of an eye, you saw all the momentum that the Hogs had, but you wonder if the gas has kind of burned out. Gators still with it, and now have a chance to take the lead. And that's going to be a knock-on. Once again, the no contest, and they just drop it.
That's a tough one. It's one of the Gators' lesser experienced players. Just, again, it's those game-time nerves sometimes. You start thinking about what I'm doing next with the ball. Am I going to get hit soon? Where am I passing to? And you just forget to catch the ball.
"19 minutes to go, and we've got a 24-22 game in our hands. It will be a scrum for the Hogs.
Gators seem to be winning this one. 8-man pick out the side. Peter is going to have that one.
What an impressive job by Florida. They win a defensive scrum. Man, has Matthew Boylan played such an impact after coming on here in the second half.
Exactly. I mean, he just needed a couple hours to reset after a dominant performance during sevens today, and he's still showing why he is a key piece in every Gators side. 15 sevens, A or B, he's there. Matt Boylan broke a tackle.
Boylan creating opportunities, and here come the Gators across the halfway line. Man, Boylan has just been everywhere, trying to single-handedly will this Gators team back into this game. Gators with all the momentum, just cruising down the pitch. "17 minutes to play in a game that was 24-0 to the Hogs, has seemingly flipped upside down. Some room, the dump, and the try. What a comeback by these Gators. From 24-0 down, they have taken the lead. It's 27-24, and it's Mason Mendez who gets the try.
Just beautiful rugby there. Every facet of their offensive attack right there just stand out. You made all your passes. You made all your catches. You're catching the ball in stride to be able to continue that attack at full speed. They're offloading great. That's just beautiful rugby. I have nothing more to add to that because there's no way to improve what I just saw.
Man, and we were saying going into halftime, man, the Gators just need to get one to get some slight momentum going into halftime. Nearly blocked. And the conversion looked good. We'll wait on the scoreboard. It is good. So from 24 down to now 5 up. What an incredible comeback that has transpired in just 25 minutes. It was in the last moments of the first half where the Gators were able to get their first try. We went into halftime 24-5. In this second half, the Hogs just have not looked the part. It's like the two teams flipped sides, and the games went with them.
Exactly. The Gators, for 39 minutes and 59 seconds, they had not scored. They had nothing going for them. They couldn't convert anything. And right now, in the last 25 minutes and 1 second, they just put everything they could into converting. They are hitting all of their marks. They will continue to just win their rucks.
Well, the Hogs are just begging for possession back at this point for a chance. Those subs have provided such a new energy. Boylan gets it over to Joseph. Boylan again. Joseph again. Joseph, one man to beat.
Play will come back. Believe that was a forward pass. Getting it back to Shelton, it was.
So a forward pass. Shelton had a one-on-one. Got tackled, doesn't matter. So now a scrum here for the Hogs, who are desperate now to retain the cup. It looked like they were going to walk away from UVS Field, win their second straight. But these Gators, man, they have been resilient tonight, and they've got a really good opportunity to steal the cup away. The Hogs need an answer here.
Exactly. The Hogs, I feel like this is a must-score possession right now. You're dwindling down under 15 minutes. You're on the Gators' side with the ball for the first time in quite a while. And if they squander this opportunity, it's not something you can let slide.
Hogs working with it on the far side. Oh, and that's a wonderful tackle.
But unfortunately an illegal one. He did lift his feet up over the ball carrier's head. That one is...
Now get Kip Olton for that.
He will. He's talking to Hugh right now. I believe the offender is probably going to hear something from the sir. But it is a first offense, so they might let it slide up the card. We'll have to see what the verdict comes down as.
Well, that would be a devastating time to go in the sin bin.
It looks like we're clean, though. Hugh is still discussing something.
No card.
No card is shown. That is the best option the Gators could have had right there.
It's the best option the Gators could have had, but do you agree with the decision to not pull out the card?
I do agree. That was the first offense for that we've seen today. We have had some close calls earlier in the game, but the referees seem to think those were legal, and this was the first illegal dump tackle. It is a dangerous move. That's why it is called. And he's sticking to his guns. The first time, okay, it happens. You're aware. If you do it again, that's when you get sin binned.
Gators look like they might have taken that away, and they do. Once again, that ruck defense by Florida has just been so efficient tonight.
That's right. Gator counter rucks have just been a thorn in the side of the Hogs. It's honestly why the Hogs don't have a higher score than they do right now.
They've just turned it away so many times, but it looks like this is going to be a knock-on. And so now the Hogs, with great field positioning, a chance to send this one into, or it will be a scrum, but a good chance here to work their way inside the 5-meter line and try and tie this game up, possibly take the lead with the conversion.
That's true. Normally in rugby you do accept a draw, but here, since it's a for the trophy type of match, they will play overtime. So the Hogs, if they get the try and no conversion, we would have a tie game. But first they have to convert. They're inside the 22. We'll see what they can come up with.
Please excuse our technical difficulties. We are back 8 minutes to go. Score remains 29-24. Sends it down. Can the Hogs have a response? That might be a knock-on. They will not award the knock-on. Hogs with it back now, trying to send it into touch, and they will. Final 7 minutes to go here in the Nakamura Cup. Again, excuse our technical difficulties just a moment ago. It will be a throw for Florida. What does Florida have in store? Can they add to their lead? 29-24. And Elaine, some room. Can he take it the distance? He gets absolutely devoured. And can the Hogs take this away? They can. What looked like a great play for Florida turned to not, but then it was a knock-on on the Hogs. And so Florida will win back possession. Final 6 minutes, and you get the sense that if Florida's able to put another try in, that they, the team that was down 24-0, can be the team to put this away.
That's right. If the Gators right here get this try, it is still completely within reach for the Hogs, but it's at the fingertips. We'll have to see if, if they have that drive and they can get possession back, because the Gators are going to maintain possession if they score. Rare fumble by Matt.
And Matthew Bowling, who has played so well here in half number 2, has really turned the tide in this second half. And now a costly knock-on.
That's right. Just, again, it's the simple fundamental errors. It's the worst feeling. It's, you see the ball, you think about what you want to do next. You're thinking about where you can go with it, what's going to happen. You're trying to scan the field, and you forget to catch the ball. It happens to everyone, but right there at a crucial time when the Gators in scoring position.
Four minutes to go. Gators with it with a 5-point lead. What do the Hogs need to do here, Connor, to win back possession and try and tie this game up in the final moments?
The Hogs simply they need the ball. That's you can't score without the ball in rugby, and they are letting the Gators maintain possession as the ball's on the ground. Who else but Nick Weston?
Man, Nick Weston has been everywhere, and that was a big time to pick it up. A real opportunity now to the outside. Can the Hogs tie it up? Inside the 5-meter line.
It's penalty of the Hogs.
They'll go quick. And still not in.
They're hammering.
Late drama in the Nakamura Cup.
Time off. Let's see. Penalty against the Gators, but was it severe enough to stop the clock in this crucial moment?
Clock still winds down for now. The timeout.
Yep, this stoppages come when the referee decides he needs to address the captain to sort out a bigger issue the team is having. The Gators did get penalized back-to-back in that sequence. No card shown here, but Hugh McIntyre, playing as captain tonight, is addressing his squad, and they're hoping they don't continue to make those simple mistakes that might give the Hogs the try here.
And it could give them the opportunity to take the lead, and they done it down. How about the Gainsville Hogs?
Just a sensational sequence for them. They continue to make the Gators give up penalties, give up easy yardage, and right there they just, instead of continuing to attack up the middle, as the lights go out, actually.
We got the lights going out here, 29-29. If the drama can't get any more real here.
You know, this did happen 3 years ago in that first of the two Gators' most recent wins against the Hogs. The lights go out. We have to figure out, who do we talk to about getting the reservation moved back a little bit, because that's what it was, that we overplayed a reservation just slightly, and in these last 2 minutes, you can't play if you can't see.
You can't play in the dark, and surely the Nakamura Cup is not going to end in a tie.
Unless they want to cut the trophy in half, which I don't think either side wants to. We're going to have some kind of resolution to play it out.
And we might be here for a bit. We don't know how long it'll take to turn these lights on. I want to thank you so much for joining us here on Arsenal Productions. What a game it has been tonight, Connor. You had the Hogs jump out to a 24-0 lead. Then Florida comes all the way back in the span of 25 minutes. They take a 29-29 or 29-24 lead. But then the Hogs, in the final 3 minutes of the game, they dot down a try. Huge extra point is coming up.
That's right. With this outage, we haven't kicked the conversion yet, so we'll see what comes up.
We are going to take a quick commercial timeout as the blackout is still going. We'll be back. 29-29, your score, Gators and Hogs.
Gators got it. The vehicles aren't the only thing that's state-of-the-art. Our facility is second to none at Gators Hyundai of Sarasota.
Somebody help!
When Sarasota needs a hero for their roof, Mighty Dog Roofing answers the call. Serving Sarasota homeowners with expert roofing, installation, and repairs. Trusted by your neighbors from Lakewood Ranch to Venice. Fully licensed.
Welcome back on into UVS Field. Connor Brady and Addison Resco here with you on the call. What a fun night it has been. Lights still off. I mean, what has this game not had? We've had a hat trick. We've had a comeback from down 24. Then you have the Hogs tied up. And then the cherry on top just has to be the lights going out. And here we go. We've got around 2 minutes to play in this game. And the Hogs are going to have a kick, but kicks have not come at a premium tonight for either side. And it's going to be a far kick. All the lights turn on. Here we go.
That's right. At possibly the best time, perfect timing on getting the lights back on. Matthew Duncan's going to walk back out here to officiate this kick, as this is a potentially
game-winning
deciding kick. It'll have an impact for sure. And so we're going to take a peek here at our kicker.
Here we go. This will decide the game, or could decide the game. Can the Hogs take a 31-29 lead? It's no good.
Just short. From that distance, from that angle, that's as close as you could get without just without changing the tide of this game, without possibly winning this game.
And
Gators,
man, oh man, we might have overtime on our hands.
That's right. I thought for the blackout we might have to go to a penalty shootout. First rugby match ever decided by kicking through the uprights. Yeah. Cameraman Kenny is suggesting Oklahoma drills as a potentially deciding factor here, but we won't have to do that, fortunately, as we can see once again.
Here we go. Who's going to come away with this win? 29-29, under a minute to go here at UVS Field. In the Nakamura Cup, which has lived up to the hype, trying to send this one into touch. Caught, but it will be ran out of bounds.
Quick line out for the Hogs. They did not waste a single second. They didn't need to get set.
They've been doing that all night long. The Hogs trying to win it here.
Just beautiful quick line out right there. They took advantage of the situation, saw that, given the circumstances of how the ball went to touch, no interference with other obstacles or fans, and that's just quick toss in, made the distance, went backwards, everything you need to do, checked all the boxes, and just beautiful inbound as the Hogs keep pushing into Gator territory.
And that's going to be a knock-on once again. Man, it just feels like it has been the story of the night for both these teams, the consistent knock-ons. Now the Gators with the scrum. Do they have one last push in them in half number 2?
I truly believe so. You've got Matthew Boylan running as your fly half right now. His inside center, Hunter McFarland. That combo of size, speed, aggression, power, everything at that crucial position. If the Gators can maintain possession here, they've been punishing this Hogs back line this entire second half, and if they can get it to those playmakers, we're going to see that domination continue.
They will win the scrum, and they'll win it easily.
Far out wide to Adam McKenzie. Errant pass.
Once again, trying to find Joseph. It was McKinney on the pass. That's the second time that he's had a miscue in these final moments. Across 80 minutes now.
We might be looking at the last play here. We'll see if the Sirs watch matches ours. As the Gators, the Hogs have their jumper lined up much further back than the Gators have Peter Sorrentino. Ball sails over, but it is a beautiful keep-in by Nick Weston.
Can the Hogs win it? In the final moments of half number 2, Jacob Wood thought he had a step.
Advantage and knock on by the Gators. That's going to be a scrum down. Last play, announces referee Matt Duncan.
Well, here we go. Last play of regulation. But overtime would ensue, and it would be fitting for a game like this. Went to overtime a few years ago.
I remember that game like it was yesterday. It went to overtime. Excellent kicking by our teammate Harry, who unfortunately is no longer playing with us. He went back to his home country. But that moment was his time to shine as he booted one in from 43 meters out to win the game for the Gators. Just a legacy game in this rivalry.
The Hogs want to have a legacy moment of their own. They can create it with a try right here and win themselves their second Nakamura Cup in a row. They'll go towards the near side, a bad pass, but Wood able to retrieve it. Now Wood, the outlet passer. A breakthrough in the middle. A try-saving tackle made by the Gators, but the Hogs can sense it now. Can they jot this down and win this rivalry game? Weston approaching the 5-meter line. A nice move right there from Allison. Quickly to Wood. A spin move. Back to Wood. Just inches away, and it is taken away. What a play by this Gators defense. Backed up against their own line.
Hunter McFarland, absolutely crucial steal right there. Ripped out of the hands of the ball carrier. Matt Boylan kicking to touch, just getting some breathing room. That will end the second half.
Wow, what a sequence. Inside the 5-meter line, it looked as if surely the Hogs would walk away with their second straight Nakamura Cup, but instead, we have extra rugby on our hands. What a match! 29-29, overtime coming up after this short break.
Are you thinking about working with Mighty Dog Roofing? Well, check this out. Schedule your free inspection today, and you can receive $500 off your next roofing project. That's a top dog offer right there.
Proud sponsors of Riverview High School football. Let's go Rams!
Are you thinking about working with Mighty Dog Roofing? Well, check this out. Schedule your free inspection today, and you can receive $500 off your next roofing project. That's a top dog offer right there.
Proud sponsors of Riverview High School football. Let's go Rams!
The vehicles aren't the only thing that's state-of-the-art. Our facility is second to none at Gettle Hyundai of Sarasota.
Gators of Sarasota.com. Somebody help!
When Sarasota needs a hero for their roof, Mighty...
Don't miss the grand opening of the all-new Gettle Hyundai. Looking for a great deal on a new Hyundai? During the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event at Gettle Hyundai of Sarasota on Clark Road.
Gators of Sarasota.com.
Well, welcome back on in to UVS Field. And how about the game that we have had today?
This game has just been incredible. I can't believe what we've seen so far. It started out looking like a bloodbath, 24-0 out of the gate. Then the Gators score the try in the final seconds of that first half. They don't make the conversion, but that's okay. You know, you got back on the board, and you made it a salvageable game, and boy, did they salvage. They came out swinging again, just try after try after try after try. Got the lead 29-24, and then gave up a try with 2 minutes left to the Hogs.
So walk us through how this overtime is going to work. We have 5 minutes on the clock. 29-29, 5 minutes on the clock. Our scoreboard only goes up, so we will run it up from 0 to 5. But explain to us and to those that might not understand what's going to happen here in this rugby overtime.
That's right. It's golden goal. First person going to try, they win. So we're looking for, both teams are just looking to simply get the ball and keep driving into enemy territory because you can't score if you don't have the ball. So both these teams, it's hyper-aggressive chasing after the ball on defense and then hyper-conservative with the ball on offense until you see that moment to attack, like we've seen Matt Boylan, James Fisher, both those guys tonight, Nick Weston. Those have been the guys who have taken advantage of the opportunities when they've maintained possession, and then they know when to burst through the gate. Let's see who's kicking.
And how is that decided in this overtime period? Because it's not like there's not two separate overtimes. So how is it decided who gets to start?
Well, it depends. We could be doing golden goal like we do tournament style, or okay. So we could be doing golden goal. We could be doing a 5-minute period. Whoever's winning at the end of that is the winner. And then I think we just might be getting a light shutout again pretty soon here if we don't speed this up. So could we end in a tie? We'll see. I might have to submit my idea for a penalty shootout into the suggestion box.
So it will not be golden goal. It will just be 5 minutes remaining on the clock.
That's right. When you have these exhibition-style games, they're not held to the same rule set that normal rugby is. Normally, you could take a draw for an exhibition, but these two teams, both playing for that cup, they're not going to let this. They're not going to let this die. We're going to play 5 minutes, see whichever team's at the top at the end of it, because both teams have been humming on offense lately. So a score should be in place as James Fisher, stiff arm after stiff arm,
able to dump it off, turning the wheels. What do the Gators have? They scored 24 points and 4 tries.
What I'm seeing, though, as a back, I'm seeing that wide back. Shelton Joseph out at wing. He's uncovered over there. The Gators have numbers left if they can simply take advantage of it, but we'll see if they can play it out. Hogs seem to have wised up to it, though, as they're spreading finally.
But a breakthrough!
Roman Navarro
dumps it off. The Gators are able to stay with it.
Incredible. That was so close to being knocked on, but playing on.
Roman Navarro with a huge breakthrough, and now the Gators are in business, trying to take the lead in this overtime period. Hard running from this Gator side. Looked like he was trying to offload it. Taken down hard was James Fisher. Can the Hogs win this back?
There is a Hog trapped in the ruck. Let's see. Sir is trying to talk them through this.
Nearly a knock-on. Gators able to hang on to it. 2 minutes into overtime.
Hunter McFarland with a break. He spins.
McFarland gets it stripped away. It will be a knock-on. A nice play by McFarland, but it is knocked on. And so now the Hogs will have a scrum and a chance of their own now to break through in overtime.
Now, if I were the coach of the Hogs, I would really be mulling over my decisions here, especially if I'm on that fly half too, of do I kick to exit here and hope get that territory gain and try to take advantage of the Gators spread fullback and wingers, or do I run it and risk a knock-on because the Hogs have had some handling problems today. We'll see what their coach decides to utilize here as they're going to exit kick.
The exit kick. A whistle by the official. A player is down. You can see there on the right side of your screen. Possession will still belong to the Hogs. Camusio is the man down, able to get up in his own power. Always good to see.
That's right. It's what you see a lot of times at the end of these long games, especially ones that are forward intensive. They just start to cramp up in the legs. You've been scrumming probably 20 times today. And then eventually, it'll catch up to you.
It will go out to touch.
Hogs just gained a lot of meters on that play there. That chase down at the end of the kick.
Well, Shelton Joseph decided to let it bounce. And now a great opportunity for the Hogs to possibly win this game. Good initial deflection from Florida.
Advantage,
but they're not
though.
able to. Here's Wood. Hogs with an advantage.
Matt Boylan almost secured the poach there, but Hogs secured the ruck just in time.
Hogs pushing forward. Wood to the outside. That's a nice tackle right there. Dante J gets taken to the ground. McLean to Weston.
Weston caught that on the bounce. The Hogs' passes are getting a little sloppy here at the end of this sequence.
The minutes in overtime have expired, but we still play on. That looks to be a knock-on. The Hogs have bottled it again. The game of knock-ons.
Whistle from Matt Duncan. What will decide this tie? We're getting close to our lights getting shut off, so if they decide to do something quick, we'll have to see how they call it, because, like we say, can't cut that trophy in half.
You can't. 29-29, and I believe we will just head to a second overtime. That would most likely be the most logical answer. We will get a word here in just a second. So the decision has been made. The Nakamura Cup will end in a tie, and with the game going the way it has all night, 24-0, then 29-24, a last-second answer from the Hogs. The lights shutting out, nobody scoring in overtime. A bitter end to this game, but an end that makes sense. 29-29, your final score.
I mean, both these teams dominated a half each, so when we see the draw at the end, it makes sense on paper. It makes sense, but you really, for both these guys, neither are really happy with how this turned out, because they both felt that they could have won it handedly, just limiting those mistakes, taking advantage of opportunities. The Hogs did it great in the first half. Gators did it great in the second half. Both teams were so close in overtime to making that breakthrough and scoring that ball. Hunter McFarland had the unfortunate knock-on, so close to the try zone. The Hogs ended the game with a knock-on as well. It's been amazing rugby. This is about as close of a game as you can have.
Yeah.
But it's a draw. No one's going home happy with this one.
I mean, what a great game, and this is a game that deserves a winner. Just it was pure theater tonight. Like we said, I mean, the Gators coming back from 24-0. The Hogs with the last-second try to send it into overtime, but the Nakamura Cup will most likely stay with the Hogs. It will have no official winner in 2025. Thanks so much for joining us here on Arsenal Productions for this presentation of the Nakamura Cup. I'm Madison Resco along with Connor Brady saying so long from UVS Field. We look forward to seeing you for more rugby in the coming future. 29-29, your final.